Howdy, everyone. I hope you're doing well, wherever, whenever you are. I, of course, am your host, your future favorite pop star, Landyn Zane. Hope you're great. Hope you're wonderful. Hope you're splendid. Splendid. It's July. Happy July. Oh, and this is as it will always be, is your favorite podcast. The podcast. The only podcast. It's me and Joe Rogan. And, like Brittany Broski, the Sal Volcano, the Taste Buds, and Hey Babe, but they're on hiatus because they hate all of us. It's that and For the Record. So, I'm glad you're here. I hope you're well. It is July. Summer is here. Summer is really here, especially in LA. It was like around the 4th of July, those days. One day it felt like it was 104. And for LA, that is hot as balls, as they say in the colloquial weather speak. Hot as balls is the official term, and it met the definition of hot as balls. So, yeah, it really is, it's hot. Summer's here. Summertime. Summertime. What to sit back and rewind. So Will Smith. I think that's Will Smith. Or it's not Will Smith. It's DJ Jazzy Jeff. And it's Fresh Prince and DJ Jazzy Jeff, I'm pretty sure is what their names were. I know it was DJ Jazzy Jeff. Jazzy Jeff. I wonder how he's doing. I think he's out there. I think he's still doing stuff. Trying to think. I've got that stupid ass. Oh, today I decided I wanted to go back and see if ChatGPT has gotten any better since with the podcast questions it comes up for me since the second episode of the podcast was when I had it right questions. So we're going to dive into that. That's going to be some part of the podcast. But yeah, what was I talking about? Oh, I've got that stupid. It isn't asking for a lot for an apology. The Billie Eilish. I listened to the Billie Eilish album again. Hit Me Hard and Soft for the first time in like 2 or 3 weeks. I fucking every time I listen to it, I'm like, I really do think this is my favorite album of the year. It is so fucking good. It's so incredibly balls blown off good every time I listen to it. Like, I love it so much. It's so well produced. It's so well written. Every aspect of that album is virtually perfect. I have little nitpicks, but they're so minute. And they're so whatever. It is definitely my favorite album of the year. I've also been listening to Gracie Abrams' album a lot since it has come out. And it's probably my second favorite album of the year. It's really good. I was a moron, and I decided that on the 4th of July, I did nothing on the 4th of July. Since I have very little money, living in LA and all this stuff, I bought myself a 6-pack of beer, and that was like my celebration. That was how I was going to celebrate the 4th of July. And I was sitting watching TV and just like relaxing and writing and stuff. And I decided, you know what, I'm going to listen to the Gracie Abrams album again. And being alone on the 4th of July and listening to The Secret of Us by Gracie Abrams is not a good combination. I just fully started crying listening to it. Not a good idea. So I think I got 4 or 5 songs in. And I was like, thanks, but no thanks. I love it, but I'm going to move on for now. I'll revisit it another day. And then a few days ago, I was listening to it again, and I was like, yeah, this is fucking great. It really is. It is the year of female pop. And I'm here for it. I'm here for it. I want it to be the year of Landyn Zane and female pop. Or probably, Landyn Zane's probably second. Not probably. Landyn Zane is second. We're also halfway through the year, and I have 140 some monthly listeners on Spotify. So it's not looking like it's gonna be the year Landyn Zane. We're shooting for 2025. Is that next year? Yeah, 2025. We're shooting for 2025. All right. How? I lost my train of thought. But what is new? What's new in my... Oh, shit. I left the air on again. I do it every time. Let me see if I can get it. Got it. It's off. I'll turn the air off. Now, oh, it's going to get hot in here. I'll be fine. It's so strange to be in here with the air actually off because I have it on all the time because it's so hot in LA now that when it's off, it feels eerily quiet. I can also hear the airport, which is right down the street. And it kind of gets annoying, especially when I'm trying to sleep. Because I feel like the only time I ever hear planes flying out of the Burbank airport is when I'm sleeping at like 1 a.m. Anyways, what's new? Last week, again, it keeps happening. The more and more I run to the gym, I took a few days off, 4th of July, skipped a little bit. I was being lazy, if I'm being honest. If I'm being totally honest, I was being lazy. Didn't feel like running. But I went today, and I've been going, and but I've gone the past week a few times, but it was like Tuesday or Wednesday. No, when was 4th? The 4th of July was on Thursday, so it was like Tuesday last week. I was running to the gym, ran, did my workout, and was walking back half and half. And I've been having an issue that since what I always do when I go to the gym for the most part is when I wake up, I will immediately change and then just leave. I've been having an issue where like my heart rate is getting too high of like, I think the highest I've ever like counted my heart rate, it was at like 195, which is, it's possible. And it's like, I'm not going to have a heart attack, but that's really, really, really high. And that's normally only the heart rate I have when I look at pictures of Margot Robbie or Madison Beer, like of just beautiful people. My heart rate just goes. But working out shouldn't be that high. Well, but if I'm on a dance floor, my heart rate's at 350 beats per minute, BPM, just boons, boons. But, yeah, so it's been bad. And I've also had an issue where I've like been profusely sweating and I've been like pushing myself so much in my workouts that almost every time I've been working out, I've been feeling like I could throw up and could pass out. So last week I was like, I have an idea. I was like, I'm going to consume a little bit of sugar. This is my mom's idea. She told me, but it makes sense. She was like, consume a little bit of sugar before I go to the gym. So just so when I run, my body has something to eat off of. And I decided to eat a yogurt, like the Chobani with the whip, little whippy cup with the, and then you scrape the yogurt off, and then you do the whip. It's got like the whipping, the toppings, and it's got the yogurt, and you whip, and the toppings go in the yogurt, and you stir, and it's a good little snack. Shout out Chobani. Not a sponsor, but so I did that, and I didn't think about the fact that I inherited my mother's IBS to a not good degree. And really the only times I've consumed dairy since I've moved to LA have been when I go out and get ice cream, which is almost never. And really when I have cheese on a sandwich, mayonnaise I think has mayo or dairy in it, and the yogurt. Because I'm not buying expensive ass, disgusting oat yogurt. That's just gross. And I ate one of those before my run. And I was running, I was like, this is good running to the gym. My workout, I was like, I feel like I have a little bit more energy, all this stuff. And then my workouts really aren't that long because a run to the gym takes me anywhere between, I don't know, like 8 to 12 minutes, depending on if I walk, how much I walk, how I feel. I work out for 45 minutes. So that's like an hour. Not even.
And right as my workout was getting over at the gym, I started to feel my stomach do well. Hey, you remember me? I don't know if you remember, but we do have IBS. And you consumed yogurt and you've been exercising heavily. So what we're going to do is we're going to make you shit yourself. And you're going to have to figure out what to do. So when I was at the gym, I was wrapping my workout up and I felt my tummy going. And I was drenched in sweat, disgusting, stink, no bueno. And I was like, I can make it home. I was like, if I do a light jog and walk a little bit, I can be home in like 12, 15 minutes, depending on my pace. So about halfway through my run, maybe not even, I really almost shit myself. And it was like a combination of trying not to pass out from the running, breathing heavily, sweating my ass off from the workout and the heat in LA, while also trying to make myself not just obliterate everything from the dairy and the exercise, because I didn't think clearly and I was paying the price. And if I'm being honest, I deserved it, because it didn't quite get in the head that dairy makes me like evacuate my bowels, just like, I don't even know, like, it's like when, like, the fighter jet, or like when they hit the button in the plane and all the like military people or have their parachutes and they're flying over like a military zone and they hit the red light and the red light turns on and the wheel that comes down the and it's woo woo go go go, and they have the leader and it's like all the military, they're all jumping out at the same time. That's what happens to my stomach and my intestinal area biology when I have dairy. And that happened mid-run home. And I, with like the split, like within seconds, like buzzer beater, didn't shit myself. But it was like one of the closest of my life. I don't know why. I guess that happens more as you get older. I'm only 21 though, and in the past 6 months, I've nearly almost shit myself twice. No, 3 times. It wasn't as bad, but it happened on another run a few weeks ago. It's just not good. I don't know what's wrong. Actually, I do know what's wrong, because every instance this has happened, it's been me consuming dairy. I just need to stop eating dairy. But it's so good. I like ice cream, but like, dairy makes me poo-poo, make my tummy hurt, but ice cream good. I like ice cream, mac and cheese, milk. Well, not straight milk, but like cereal. Yummy. Tummy hurt. I don't know. And I've never learned, and I don't know if I ever will, because I have not learned from my mistakes so far. And until I do fully shit myself, which is probably going to be the thing that has to happen. This is really, actually, I don't know why I'm talking about this. Where was I going with this? You know what? I've touched on actually, wait. So I was thinking about this today. Like, I've seen all the TikToks now that it's really summer and it's really hot, of people being like, don't wear the natural deodorant. It doesn't work. It doesn't. I'm going to burp. Never mind. I didn't burp. Of people being like, don't wear the natural deodorant. It doesn't work. It makes you stink. It doesn't help. When you sweat, it does nothing. I have severely bad skin. I have psoriasis. I've got, like, it's actually not bad right now, but I don't have good skin. And I sweat profusely when I work out and when it's hot. And if I don't wear natural deodorant, or deodorant without aluminum and all that garbage in it, I will have a huge red rash spread in my armpits, and it will literally burn like they're on fire. So how am I not supposed to wear natural deodorant? Or what am I supposed to do? Should I put like Tampax or put like a pad under my arm for like periods and have that soak up the sweat? It's still gonna stink though. That's also not gonna work. What am I supposed to do? Because I'm not, if it's between me stinking and everyone else around me having to deal with it, I mean, I still wear good cologne too. I wear a nice summery, fruity cologne with a bit of musk. It's nice. So that helps. But if it's between me stinking, at the end of the day, between me stinking and, and me wearing deodorant that's going to literally make me feel like my armpits are on fire, I'm sorry, y'all. You're going to have to smell it. Because I'm not going to feel like my armpits have, like, freaking crabs or herpes or whatever one makes it feel like it's on fire. I think that's... Which one is that? Maybe it's gonorrhea. Why am I talking about gross stuff today? I don't know. I think almost shitting myself really rocked me. It rocked my socks. Yeah. But I'm trying to think. I've been drinking a lot of matcha. I posted some on my story that I made. I've been making my own cold foam, just like whipping it, Brian, like good, making a little mix, and then whipping it with that little coffee spinner thing, the little one that goes and it spins and it mixes everything together. If you use that, you can whip some, like, you can whip it all together, and it will like come together and make like cold foam. And then I make matcha, and I put that on the matcha, and it's good. I've had 5 of them today, so my water consumption needs some work. Luckily, working out has made me been drinking more water, but the matcha, I'm gonna need to slow down on it. Slow down on it, do 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 do. Slow down on it, do 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 do. Slow down on it, do do. What was I talking about? So if you have a natural deodorant recommendation, let me know. Or deodorant that won't fuck me up. But the matcha is delicious. Been drinking. I don't know why. It is good though. Matcha tastes a bit like dirt. It tastes like good sweet dirt. And when you put the little cold foam on it, here, I'll give you a little. Yeah, it's like a nice sweet dirt. It's very earthy, and I don't know how to describe it other than that. I do like it. It is good. But, oh boy, where was I going with that? Yeah, so, you know what I have been realizing this lately is, alrighty then, I was thinking about, like, the past few weeks, and I don't know why. Is there a medical condition where I yawn too much, or it's like chronic yawning? Like, because it's not like I'm tired, or like my body needs oxygen, so I yawn a lot. I don't know why, but it is quite annoying. But regardless, oh shit, what was I saying? I don't remember. What was I talking about? I was saying, so I have, the past few weeks, I've been really realizing, like, there's a spider on the wall. I feel like I've been isolating myself more, which is kind of what I've always kind of naturally do in my life, because that's what I did. Like, when I would spend my summers in Texas, I would be alone for the most part, just draw and play, like, Legos and stuff. And then, like, middle school and high school, it was like I have no interest in hanging out or going to the parties and doing the stupid shit. So I was just like, I'll spend my time alone and sometimes with the few friends that I, like, really wanted to hang out with and were close with. But so I've always kind of my natural state has been, like, just isolating myself and being alone. And I don't like it. Because now that I'm an adult, there's no built-in friendships, like, for school and college. It's just, like, the only way I can make friends and keep relationships is through putting in the work and going out and making myself be uncomfortable to meet people. And I'm okay with that, but it's not my natural state because I didn't need to do that to make friends when I was young and in high school because it was built in. And I would always just kind of stay home other than that. And I've carried that into adulthood, and I don't like it because I need to make some new friends, or more friends, not new friends. I want more friends. I want more people to hang out with, especially like artist, musician friends. I think it'd be fun. And to dive even deeper into the the circle or the industry and meet a lot of more people. Just have like more fun, hang out with people more. Because like I'm listening to Paul McCartney's biography. Not that it's like 30 hours. It covers his whole life and everything of like the early stuff with the Beatles, and every musician is like, they always have camaraderie with someone. They always have someone they can go to and hang out with. There's always friendship for music. I mean, friendship in general, relationships is such an integral part of life. And with like me always kind of naturally isolating, I've realized in the past few weeks, like, I should not be doing that. I should try and like, I need to start putting in more effort and putting the work in more to make more friends and relationships. But it's hard, especially for someone who doesn't like being vulnerable like me. Like, I've gotten around, the thing with me is that I've gotten very good at being vulnerable in a way of like letting someone be vulnerable to me and then telling them advice. I've gotten very good at giving advice and talking in a way that makes it seem like I'm also being vulnerable, but I'm really not. I've gotten very good at I'm like not even lying, just like kind of finding ways to go around and weave through being truly vulnerable in friendships. And I'm trying to work on that too. I have therapy in the morning, so we'll see. I don't think that's what I'm talking about tomorrow, but I'll figure it out. Anyways, I need to get out there more. There's one friend I've got who I hung out with, I talk occasionally with, and I hung out with when I first moved here. Great guy, super nice guy. And he's got a show with him and his band Thursday. I think it's Thursday. And I'm going to go to that, try to hang out more. And I'm really like there's this app, like it's like Tinder for like musicians and like people in the music industry. And you can like put what artists you like and that kind of thing. It's literally like a dating app for people in the music industry. And I'm going to try to make some friends on there too and meet some people and try and get out there more. Because I've always used the excuse now that I'm here of like, I work all the time. Because I truly do work all the time. But I have found actually that when I have all this time, when it's like an entire week's worth of time of just like I have to do all this work, I actually get less done. But when I have things I'm doing throughout the week of like say one day I'm going to a premiere with Sebastian, or I'm going to hang out with Sebastian, we're going to go to a movie, and then the next day we're going to do something, and then I have like something else to do. If I have things that I have to do throughout the entire week that are scheduled, I will get more done around that time because I know I won't have as much free time and I will have to work in what I have to do. So I actually work harder when my schedule is more filled, even if the stuff on my schedule is like more entertainment and fun stuff. So I need to start getting out there more and wanting to hang out with people and make friends and stuff. And I don't like it. I don't, in my natural state, I just want to sit on the couch and I want to rot and work and do nothing else. But I know that is not healthy for my brain. Not healthy for my brain. I need to make new friends, make more friends. I have a few, but they live in downtown. Sebastian lives in downtown Los Angeles. It's like driving through, like, it has to be, sometimes, especially during, like, weekends and peak traffic hours, that has to be what it looked like when, like, they were putting up the Berlin Wall and everyone was trying to leave. Like, it is so... I hate it so much. I hate going to downtown LA. Living in Burbank is the best. So I want to make some friends that are like Pasadena, Glendale, Burbank, even like Studio City. If you don't live in LA, none of this makes sense to you. But other than downtown LA being a fucking disaster because it's terrible. So I want to make friends that I don't have to drive a half hour to. But I love hanging out with Sebastian. He's my best friend here. But I also want I want to grow my circle more and really have more people I'm talking to and hanging out with. And I want to just have more fun and get out there more and experience more of LA. Because now that I'm 6 months, I didn't even think about this. So the 4th of July was the day that I said I was going to sit down and establish whether I was going to stay in LA or not. And I'm staying, obviously. But I've been here. In a few days, it will be 6 months that I've been in LA. And the first 6 months, I really think were like me not only adjusting to it, but like figuring out how I want to go about all this as like a person, how I want to schedule myself, and how I want it all to work for me. Did I get it? There's a bug. Did I get it? Is it gone? Where the fuck did it go? I guess it's gone. Like figuring it all out and making it all work. And also like almost being homeless multiple times and being very hungry for a while of only eating every few days. For the first while I was in LA. But now that I'm getting more settled and getting used to it and adjusting to everything, and I'm getting my routines down and getting everything figured out. Now I want to now all the stuff that I had to get used to and figure out, like the culture shock of even growing up, even having been in and around a big city, like growing up between Cedar Rapids, which is not a big town, super small town in Iowa, and like being in Frisco in Texas. Like growing up around that, which is a city, but going through the culture shock of like having to adjust to LA, having to figure everything out, of being an adult and taking care of myself and doing all this stuff. It's been 6 months now, and I feel like I've got a pretty good grasp on it, at least for now. I still have so much to learn. That's part of being an adult, unfortunately. But I feel like I've gotten a good grip on it. So now I have more time and energy just to focus on the things I want to get done. Like the EP I'm working on that I thought was originally going to have the 3 singles I already released, but it's not anymore. I have all the lyrics are very, very close to done. Very, very close to done. I would like the first single to come out within the next month to 6 weeks. And then I want to put out a single every 2 weeks from the EP. I want to do some more covers and stuff. I want to do more interesting and try new things on my YouTube channel and TikTok and stuff. And go live more. And I want to experience more of LA. And now that I'm getting used to it, I'm still broke as fuck. So some of it's going to have to be cheap, affordable. But I want to start experiencing and really diving headfirst into everything I want to do here. And I'm going to be honest, it's a lot of work. It's hard work. I don't know if that bug is pissing me off. Where'd it go? I think it's gone for now. I lost my train of thought. What was I talking about? Yeah, I want to really start experiencing all of LA for everything it has to offer. Making new friends, more friends, building it all out. I mean, I've built a good foundation of I have my 1,000 followers on TikTok. I have 200 and some subscribers on YouTube, however many followers on Instagram. I have not remotely anything substantial, but I have a base that I have that I can build on now. I can go live on TikTok. I can do certain things on TikTok now that I have 1,000. I can make money. And I have all this other stuff of now I want to build out on it. I want to take what I've started and kind of do it as well as I can. And I'm excited. I'm really excited. I'm as hard as it is sometimes. And I think isolating myself is a big part of what is making it hard right now. But that's my own fault. So, like, I'm trying to make it so I enjoy this process as much as possible. And I think the natural next step is, like, getting off my ass and actually, like, putting in the effort to meet people and make friends, which is hard. But I also, like, I love people. That's the weird thing about being an extrovert. And, like, it's not even, like, social anxiety. It's, like, my natural state is isolation because it's what I've done. But I'm an extrovert. Like, if I'm in public, if it's, like, like, I'll fucking put on a show. I don't give a shit. So it's a weird, like, towing of the line between the two that I want to bring out more extrovert side of Landyn because I feel like that's more of who I truly am. Like, it's more of, like, me. I watched the Steve Martin documentary on Apple TV Plus. It was really, really good. It was really good. I really liked it. It talked about, like, it went through his career as a stand-up, and then the movies and stuff, and then, like, his life now and what he's done now, and I cracked my neck. Oh, what the hell? I really liked it. It was really good. And Steve Martin, like, he was never the type of, like, comedian of everything I've seen that was my thing, but watching that documentary, I was like, I get it. And he's a funny person. And his relationship with Steve Martin, or Steve Martin and Martin Short, though, that relationship is the friendship I want, like, throughout my life. I want that of just, like, being, like, 90 and having my 90-year-old friend, and we'll just, like, even at that age, just, like taking swings, like, making fun of each other, going at each other, just, like, always keeping the humor in and not just, like, being boring old people. Like, having a relationship with a friend that, like, we keep each other sharp and at our wits is, like, it's a really cool relationship. What else? I'm trying to think. I'm going on a trip soon. What is it? Going on a bear. Did you guys ever sing that? Going on a bear hunt. I don't know. What's the next line? Hoping it's a big one. Wow. Maybe going. Oh. What are the lyrics to Going on a Bear Hunt? Actually, I don't care. I'm going on a trip soon. I'm going to Seattle, Washington. I think it's up. I think it's in Washington, which is, like, straight up from LA pretty much, I think. Maybe like one of these. But I think I'm going to start doing interviews on this podcast. I want to bring Sebastian on. I think, like, I want to be interviewing and bring people on and, like, make this more interactive and have more people, like, have somebody to bounce off of and do interviews and, like, have guests and stuff. I think it'd be fun. And I think I said that at the beginning, and then I kind of gave up on doing that because it was more work and also the isolation thing. But there it is. There's the book. Get my fucker. Did I get it? I don't think so. Oh, I see it. You motherfucker. You little. asshole. Yeah, I think I'm gonna start having guests on the podcast. But I'm going to Seattle in like 2 weeks, and I'm excited. I'm gonna see my family again. Have I talked about this trip? I don't know when the trip is. I always forget. I think it's in. Oh shit! It's in almost a week. Oh, I better figure out my parking. Oh, all right. I better get on that. I better get on it. I better figure it out. Let me see. Let me figure out when my flight is. Let's look it up. Nope, not that one. But I'm excited. I've never been to Washington, which is like, or Seattle. I've never been to Seattle or Washington. There's good music history, and I'm really excited to see my family. I got to see them, briefly in. Oh shit! It's a week from tomorrow. They're the next day. Wow, I got to figure out my parking real then. But I get to see my family again, really, and spend time with them for the first time since I've moved to LA. With my dad's side of the family, I'm really excited. It's gonna be a lot of fun. And also, like, the thing I love is that now. Well, I don't love it. I shouldn't say I love it, but now that I'm on my own, and like there is just this natural understanding that I am broke. It's this natural thing of just like, I have no money. I'm spending every dime I have doing the music thing in every way I can in LA. And if I want to see my family, they're going to have to like help me pay for a plane ticket or anything because like I have no money. And so like we're going on this trip, and I was like, absolutely, I'll come. The trip was plane anyways, and my dad was like, you want to come? And I was like, yeah. So I'm going on that, and then my mom was like, do you want to come home in a few months? She was like, we miss you. And I was like, there's no way financially I'm going to be able to afford a plane ticket to Iowa anytime soon with like discretionary funding, extra money. And between the parking and everything is like, I just don't have the money. And I was like, yeah. So I'm going back in a few months to see my family for like, I think it's a week. And just like having something to look forward to of like, I get to see my family again in this much time, I really, really like, because I actually prefer it to like living. I know I prefer it to living at home, because when I lived at home, I always wanted to leave because I was like, you people drive me fucking nuts. I hate all of you. Like, I want to never see you again. My entire family. Because I say this regularly, I've never lived with anyone that I didn't want to put their head in a wall at some point. Because people are annoying. That's the other thing about relationships. People are annoying after a certain amount of time. You just naturally, eventually butt heads after you spend enough time together. And, like, living on my own and then visiting my family is so much better, because there's only this certain amount of time of like, we haven't seen each other, we get to catch up. It's like, I missed them. I love my family so much. And like, we get to catch up, see each other, and then the second I start to feel like I want to put this person's head in a wall, metaphorically, like this person's getting on my nerves, I leave. And it's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing. I'm really excited for my trip though. And shit, what was I going to say? There was something else I wanted to talk about. There was more oh, I know. Hold on. I want your opinion on this. I'll be right back. Doobie-doobie-doo-ba-doo. All right, so if you're listening to the audio, you're not going to know what the fuck is going on. but if you're watching the video, you will. So I got this jacket. I needed a new leather jacket because I wanted one that was a bit more substantial, even though it's 100 and some degrees out. Like the leather jacket, is like my thing. I like it, and having different colors and variations, I really like. And I really like this jacket, but it's too big. So I ordered. This is a small. This is a small, and it's too big. It's too long. Like if you look, it goes down like almost to the. It goes past the balls, which a leather jacket shouldn't go past the balls. So this is a small. I ordered an extra small, and I'm gonna pick it up tomorrow. I don't know what the sizing is for Amazon because this was probably made in Bangladesh. But like I really like it, and it's got my favorite thing of a jacket. Not even a leather jacket, just a jacket. I'm taking this one back, by the way. I'm getting a smaller one. But my favorite thing of any jacket, no matter the thing, that's why I like a pea coat. Like the trench coat that the British people wear. I like a pea coat because it's got it too. Is an inner pocket. An inner pocket is the best thing, a jacket, far and away. And a good zipper too. But an inner pocket, I feel like James Bond with an inner pocket. I just go, and I pull a card out, or I pull my phone out, or I can put some gum in there. I got a little secret stash. Or like if you smoke, you can put some cigarettes in there. I don't smoke, but like I feel like a spy. You got a little secret compartment, and if it's thin enough, you don't even notice it on the outside. You just got a little secret weapon there for whatever you need. I love it. I love an inside pocket of a jacket, and the fact that this jacket has it. I honestly, if the extra small tomorrow when I pick it up, if it fits, I do indubitably believe I'm going to buy a black one of these two because I like the design. It's simple enough, but it's got enough flair. It's got these little lines on the shoulder, this little extra padding like I'm a businesswoman in the 80s. It's got a little shoulder padding here. It's got some zippers, but it's simple enough. I like the threading's nice, and it's a good length in the sleeve because I'm short, so the sleeves are always a bit long, and it makes me look like my grandpa put his business jacket on me, and I'm 6 years old and wearing his business jacket because it always looks like this. But it's got a good length sleeve. Like I like this jacket a lot. So I'm excited. I want to know y'all's thoughts because the leather jacket. I've really co-opted. I think the leather jacket, other than the glasses, the rings, the nails. I think I have a lot of things, so I shouldn't say it's my thing. Like the Vans, having the low top Vans are my thing. The rings, the nail polish, the glasses, my scrumdiddlyumptious wonderful hair. I've got a lot of things, but I think the leather jacket is like one of my favorites because it's so versatile. It's warm when it needs to be, but it's thin enough that like it's not too heavy. It looks good. You look like a biker or James Dean. So I like a leather jacket, but I am returning this one and I'm gonna get the other one tomorrow. I'm gonna take this off though because it is a bit hot. Let's look at the temperature. It is 72 degrees outside. That's not bad, but it's hot to be wearing leather jacket. So hold on, motherfucker, fucking boots. All right. I love it. I think an inner pocket is my favorite. One of the best inventions in fashion is an inner pocket of a jacket. It's like I love having pockets. Like cargo pants is too much. Cargo pants are ugly. But like a good pocket, a pocket that you have room to put stuff in, but it's still like tight and it still holds the stuff, and it's like it doesn't make the pocket like flap open in a jacket or a jean. It doesn't like bulge out. Oh, hold on. Pause. The pocket doesn't bulge out. I should specify. Is a great thing. It's an underrated part of clothing. Like, I don't know how girls go and wear leggings and stuff that have no no pockets. I don't get it. Like, a pocket, I love a pocket. An inner jacket pocket is the thing. Anyways, I'm excited to get that jacket, and it's like, I'm really excited for, like, my favorite time of year for weather is like mid-August, early mid-September, like, or even to like late September, of like, as the weather starts, as fall approaches, but it's not really fully fall yet, is the best time of year for weather, especially like in Iowa mainly, but I think in general. And it was nice in Texas too, of like, it's nice, but it's not too hot, and sometimes it's a little chilly and you wear a jacket. It's the best time of year for weather. What was I going to talk about after? I feel like something happened. I feel like something in my life happened that I'm just simply for. Are we getting bombed? The fucking airplane right above me, or a lawnmower. What the fuck is going on? Sometimes I don't know. I see all the time the LAPD has helicopters and stuff that they use. And there's like, I think there's 12 cop cars in all of the Cedar Rapids Police Department. There's more than that, but the difference is wild. So like, every time I hear a helicopter, or I'm slowly getting used to the sound of the airplanes from the airport, but it takes getting used to. There always being some noise. It was horrible when I lived in LA, or lived in Hollywood when I first got here, but it's better now. But what else has happened? I feel like something happened. I talked about the 4th of July. I almost pooped myself. Almost still a poopski doopski. That might be it. Like, it's really just been working a lot and writing and working on the EP. Yeah, maybe that's it. Okay, I think that's it. So now, next, we're going to dive into the questions, the Q&A questions, and these were all written by ChatGPT. So I decided we're going to take a look at the questions that ChatGPT came up with for this episode of the pod. And we're going to see if it's improved any, if the writing and the creativity has improved any from the second episode of the pod when I did this like 3 months ago. So let's see what we got. Okay, question 1. ChatGPT's Q&A question. Oh, my stomach. That's not good. What's a TV show that you think had the perfect series finale and why? Perfect series finale. That's hard. I think Ted Lasso had a really good series finale. I think it wrapped everything up really well. Really tied it all together. I know a lot of people didn't like the last season, but I think it all came together in a really good way. I'm trying to think. TV series finale. I think, actually, I know. So the White Collar, which I watched like a month ago, rewatched all of it got canceled, and they had to wrap it up very quickly with the last season. The last season is only like 6 episodes, and they had to wrap it up really quickly to give the show an ending, and I think it ends really well based on all of that. And I think it wraps everything up really well and provides closure on everything in a really nice way. What are some other? I wonder let's give it a goog. Perfect series finale. Let's see. This list says Lost. What are they talking about? Lost is one of the most overrated. Lost is overrated. It just doesn't satisfy. It's good at first, and then it continually just gets dumber and more confusing. I've not seen any of these shows that they're talking about. I need to watch The Americans. Oh, Better Call Saul had a great ending. I only watched, well, here's the thing. I watched like the first 3 seasons of Better Call Saul, and then I just watched the finale. So, but it is a good finale. I don't really know a lot of what happened. Ding, The Good Place. The Good Place's finale is phenomenal. It is so good. The finale to A Good Place, I love it. It wraps everything up really well. The Office is a really good series finale with Michael coming back at the end. The Friends finale is good. There's a lot of good finales. I should watch Curb. Curb is on there, and I do not know about it. Why does this list say The Sopranos? I know I can't. I've never seen The Sopranos. I started it and never kept watching it. I got like 5 episodes in, but don't people hate The Sopranos finale with like the onion rings? Right there. The like them eating the onion rings in the booth. I can't really remember, but I know there's some with onion rings. Mad Men. I should rewatch Mad Men. I'm rewatching the morning show right now just because I've seen it and it's like I can put it on in the background while I work. And John Hamm in the most recent season of the morning show, John Hamm is just a specimen of a man. He's so good at acting. He's so like classically handsome. He's got such charm. And he's tall. He's just like a classic Hollywood figure to me. And he's so talented. He's so good at acting. So like I should rewatch Mad Men. I love John Hamm. I love a John Hamm. I love a ham. I love a glazed ham. I actually don't really like glazed ham that much. I'll eat a piece of it on Thanksgiving and then I'm like, fucking get that out of the way. Give me the turkey. But I like a ham ball. Ooh, shout out John Hamm. Shout out glazed ham. Shout out ham balls. Shout out hammer. Shout out hammers. Shout out hammerhead sharks. Yeah. So those are my answers for the perfect series finale. Oh God, I got freaking off track for that one. Question 2. If you could rewrite the ending of any book, movie, or TV show, which one would it be and how would you change it? There's no question. Easily, in my opinion, the worst ending to a TV show of all time is How I Met Your Mother. I think it's worse than Game of Thrones. I think people shit on the last season of Game of Thrones a lot. I think it's a lot better than people. It still is definitely a huge fall off from all the other seasons before, but it's not as bad as the last season of How I Met Your Mother, or the last episode. The last episode of How I Met Your Mother ruins like the previous 4 seasons of the show. It's so bad. It is so bad. And it's not even, the finale's fine, but the last like 5 minutes of the entire series ruin everything else about it. It is so bad. So if I could, I would rewrite it. That is not even a contest of what I would rewrite. Is that it's so bad. Yeah. Second is Game of Thrones, though. Excuse me. I keep yawning. Question 3. If you could have a conversation with your teenage self, what advice would you give? Oh, Jesus God. I don't know. It would be a long conversation. And we would cry a lot. I would say, man, what would I say? I'm assuming it would have to be like a short thing I could say to my teenage self. I would tell that version of Landyn just to start then, to start doing it at that point, to do all the things I wanted to do at that point, and not to be afraid of what other people thought. Truly afraid. And to go to therapy. And I would I would tell myself to start at that point because I was so afraid. And part of me was like, I don't care what these people think, which is true of like, I didn't really give a shit. But also part of me was like, still so scared to be judged by people, like my peers in high school, my family, everything. And so scared to like be like, this is the thing I want to make. This is the thing I care about. I was so for so long focused on like acting like I cared about nothing because I thought showing true care and passion for something was like weak, which I think now I think it's the exact opposite now, ironically. But I would tell myself just like start doing it. Start doing it as much as you can. As badly as you know you want to, do it. Do it. Don't care because you're going to graduate and you're never going to see these people again. You're never going to see these people again. You have Grant, who is your best friend in high school and like is still one of your closest friends. You have him and you like you're not like you're going to move to Texas, live in Texas for 2 years. You're going to move back to Iowa, and you are going to move to LA, and you are going to do the dream you have always had of running away and doing it on your own. You're going to do. So just start now. Just get ahead now. Do it now. Get the practice in now. Like, if I had another 2 years of experience under my belt of like, I mean, I've been creative and been creating my entire life, but if I had 2 more years of like deep commitment of making music and songwriting and like posting heavily on social media and doing all of it, I feel like I would be so much further along. And that's not even like I regret that. It's like that's what happened. That's the way it played out is the way it played out. And I have no regrets about that because that was simply how I felt I had to go and about my life at the time. And I can't change it. But if I could go back and be like, just like, you're going to be okay. You're going to be okay. You're going to survive. It's going to like if you think it's hard now, it's going to get harder. But you are going to get through all of it and you're going to become stronger and happier and more fulfilled and excited about life than you can possibly imagine. So just start now. And I would say that and go to therapy. It would be those 2 things. Yeah, that's what I would say. That's what my teenage self would have needed to hear the most. I think if my teenage self could have just talked to me and I could have just like, really the thing I needed to hear the most is like, you're going to be okay. It's like, it's all going to work out. Like, even now, it's like, I don't know what's going to happen. Like, this is all so in flux. Like, it could, like I could have a major car issue. Like, my transmission could go out tomorrow. And if that happens, like, I will not have the money to do any of this. Like, the amount of money it would cost, like one major thing that happens could end all of this, and it would force me to like have to move back to Iowa. So I don't really know. But even now I'm like, it's all going to work out. And when I was a teenager, I just didn't have that. I didn't have that perspective of like, you're going to be okay. I always knew eventually I was going to be pursuing full-time being a creative and being an artist and a musician, and at the time for a lot of it filmmaker. But I still didn't have the thing of like, you're going to be happy. You're going to be okay. It's going to work. Even if it doesn't work, like you're going to make it work and you're going to figure it out. I didn't have that. And if I could have heard that if I could tell my past self that, like it's going to be okay, it would have blown my mind. So yeah, that was it. That was a good question from AI, if I'm being honest. It's a pretty like basic question, but it's still a good question. Question 4. What's the most surreal experience you ever had? Ooh, surreal. I think actually it's kind of this is kind of a cop out, but I think it's the past 6 months of my life of just like, I will never forget till the day I die the feeling of like crossing, of having been driving for almost a week, of like, I'm moving to LA. The surreal experience of feeling that, and then crossing the border into California, and like seeing the welcome to California sign, and like, I'm here, and then getting into LA, and like being in LA and being like, holy fuck, this traffic is bad, and just like seeing it all, like being so overwhelmed with emotion, and like part of me being like, I literally, if you go back and watch the first vlog I released, that is called like moving to LA to be a pop star or whatever, I literally say in it of like, I don't think this is real, and I think I got in a car accident and I died, and I'm in a coma, and this isn't real. Like, I get hit by a bus, I'm in a coma, and I'm imagining all of this. Like the past 6 months of my life of just like getting to chase my dream is the most surreal experience I've ever had. And like it gets more specific of like going to premieres and doing all the things that I've seen in the movies, and like getting to like see celebrities in person. Like before I moved here, I had never met a celebrity and never seen a celebrity. And then I had been here for 2 weeks, and I went to an after party for a big Hollywood film premiere, and I was like dancing and hanging out with like big celebrities and stars. And it's so surreal. So it's easily, just in general, the past 6 months of my life. Like, fuck. It's so, every time I think about it, I'm like, this is what I've wanted to do. Just the experience of chasing it and trying to do it and slowly growing and making it work is more fun and fulfilling than anything I've ever done in my life. Creatively, it is like what I want to do with my life. And like, I've been here for almost 6 months now, and I don't know what to say about how I feel about all of this. It's indescribable. But yeah. What's the next question? We're getting a little too sappy. Question 5. If you had to spend a year without internet access, what would you do to pass the time? Oh God, that would be awful. Well, I would have to stop making content. I would write a lot. I would write so much. I would write scripts and books, and I would have albums of songs. I would have hundreds of songs written. I would write the books and make the comic books I've always wanted to write, and write the screenplays I've got ideas for. All of it. I would write all of it. I think I'd be okay. Like, as long as I had music and I could watch movies still. I would miss YouTube a lot. Man, I love YouTube. I would miss YouTube a lot. But I think I'd be okay. Because I don't really, other than YouTube, I'm so busy and I'm always doing something. Like, I'm not online that much. I'm connected to the internet, but I'm not online. Like, I'm not on social media. I'm not doing all this stuff. I'm just like, I'm either working, which is on the internet, or I'm like watching YouTube. So it would just change for me of like working some job that's not online, and instead I'm listening to music on like a cassette player or like a Walkman or like that. Like, it would just live off the grid. I don't think it would be that bad for me. The major thing would be like, I wouldn't be able to post and really build an audience that way, which I would miss. Because like I'm not really online that much. I'm listening to music a lot and consuming a lot of stuff of like audiobooks, podcasts, that kind of thing. So that would be hard. But motherfucker, every time I do this, I spill in my pants. But like, I think I'd be okay. Question 6: if you could redesign the human body, what? What feature would you add or change? I would want a retractable. I want a second one. I want it to be a second retractable penis. I want a let me think. I want a back penis. I want in the crack of my spine on my upper back. I want it to open, retract like with my mind. I want to be able to, it just opens and a second penis. We'll call it second schlong is what the medical term will be. It was with schlong 2. Second schlong will be, oh, there's a spider. I see it. Second schlong is what I would want. And if I couldn't have second schlong, it would be, what would it be? I really would like a second schlong. Oh, a tail. Can I have a tail? Redesign the human body. What feature would you add or change? I want a tail. Or I want Tigger's tail. I want to be able to spin my tail and jump on my tail. I want Tigger's tail. I want that first, and then retractable penis is second. Or like, I think that like taint. I think the taint is weird. It's a weird thing for men to have. I don't know the point. And maybe I'd get rid of that, or I'd find I'd find something else for that. Maybe I put a jetpack where the taint is now. Something like that. Yeah, Tigger's tail. Second schlong, retractable penis, and a jetpack where the taint is currently. Those are the things I would do. Yeah. If 7, what's the most unexpected compliment you've ever received? Unexpected. Unexpected compliment. I don't know. I don't get a lot of compliments. Unless I'm like going to see family on the holidays and they're like, "You're so handsome. I haven't seen you. How are you doing? You're just so handsome. I'm so proud of you." But that's a given. What? I'm trying to think of like a specific thing that. What's a specific? I think so. The best example I could probably come up with is a compliment that I get that I think people don't exactly think it's a compliment, but I think it is whenever I go out with people that I don't really know, of like hanging out with in a friend group, like going out with Sebastian and like hanging out with somebody that like I don't really know, but he knows, and like we're hanging out together, or like really having fun. It's really only happened as I've like become more comfortable with myself in the past year. Of like, I guess it happened when I was working at the movie theater too, and I was a server of like people at work. But when people are like, "Is he on drugs?" Like I ask other people like if I'm on drugs or if I'm drunk or that kind of thing, because I'm so energetic and I'm so fun. I'm so fun. I'm just so fun. I'm so quirky. I'm so fun. I'm a ride. I'm a roller coaster. You get on, you put the seatbelt on, and you have to go on the ride. You have fun, put your hands up, and you just got to realize that I am who I am. Yeah, I think the unexpected compliment that I don't think people think is exactly a compliment, but it is when people ask if I'm on drugs or drunk, because I'm not. Well, I don't drink that much. So, like, an overwhelming majority of the time, I don't do drugs, and I'm not drunk. So, like, I'm just fucking crazy. I just do dumb shit. And that's a compliment for me. I think what people are insinuating from that is I'm energetic, and I'm exciting, and I'm fun, and I'm crazy, which for me is, like, what I like to do in public and when I'm hanging out and having fun. So that's a compliment I think is unexpected, but I get semi-regularly. Question 8. What's the most unexpected compliment you've ever received? Nope, I already read that. Question 8. Jesus. What's one hobby or activity you've always wanted to try but never have? Painting. I want to learn to paint. Like oil or acrylic, like really paint detailed stuff because I like art. I like old, especially like Renaissance era art. I really, really like that stuff. I was like, the way I got started being creative when I was young was drawing. So like, I think I could really get the hang of it and do it, but I really want to try. I think it'd be fun. I just don't have the time right now. That's like when I'm later in life, like mid to late 30s, 40s, when I have more free time and I'm like having a midlife crisis and I need a new hobby. I'm gonna try painting. Question 9. What's the most adventurous thing you've ever done, and would you do it again? Adventurous thing I've ever done. I mean, I have a lot of near-death experiences. They're not necessarily, I mean, they were adventurous, but mainly just because I'm an idiot. Like, almost being in a tornado, driving through a tornado. Driving through the most dangerous snowstorm I've ever seen in my life. And very easily could have died in that. That was when I moved to LA too. Was the snowstorm. Trying to think. Well, the near-death experiences, I would not do them again. But like, what's an adventurous thing I've done? I've gone cliff diving. That's fun. I like cliff diving. That like rush you get. There's the bug. I found it. Come here. I see you. Get your ass over here. Come here. I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get you. You disappeared. What the fuck? It's a ghost bug. There's a ghost bug in here. Where did it go? I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna find it and I'm gonna get it and I'm gonna kill it and I'm gonna do it in front of its family and it can tell all of its ghost bug friends and they can witness what I'm gonna do to them. Where did it go? It's gone. Yep. It disappeared again. Yeah, I've been cliff diving. Cliff diving is fun. It's a lot of fun. Like that rush you get as you jump and you're like free falling. I hate the feeling of falling. But there's something about cliff diving and knowing you're going to land in water of like, you just like, you literally feel like you're becoming a missile of like, you just shoot down. And the second you hit the water, like if you do it right, you just literally shoot straight down. It's so fun. But it's every time you do it and you get out of the water, there's kind of this thing of like, that was so fun. I don't want to do it again. But then you do it again anyways. And then every time you're like, I don't want to do it again, but I do want to do it again. It's so fun. I think cliff diving, I really want to go cliff diving again. It is fun. I did that when I was, oh gosh, I would have been a teenager. I would have been, like 16, maybe not even. I'm trying to think. Maybe not even. Maybe I was 15 when I would have done that. It was a lot of fun. I was in Mexico. Yeah. If you wait. Question 10. If you could have any job for a day, what would it be and what would you do? I don't like that question. I don't know, and I don't like the question. We're going to move on. What's the most spontaneous thing you've ever done? Spontaneous? I think spontaneous I do. I'm not lately just because I like don't have the extra money. But when I was living in Texas, and even when I moved back to Iowa, like I had never been to a concert until I was 18 and I moved to Texas. It was my first concert with Hall & Oates when I was 18 years old. My first concert was supposed to be Elton John, but COVID happened, and it was my second concert of all time. But maybe it was my third. No, I think it was my second. But I got really in the habit of just like buying looking of like I wonder who's in town and just buying concert tickets and going. And it's a lot of fun. It's so much fun. Of like, hey, like I did that. I saw Maisie. I love Maisie Peters, and when she was on her first tour in America, like for her first album, You Signed Up for This, which I love. And it really like made me a fan of her, was seeing her in concert. And I was like, oh, I really like this. And I had only like a week ago discovered her music. I'd look up and I was like, oh shit, she's in Dallas tonight. Like on St. Patrick's Day. I was like, she's in Dallas tonight. It was like, I have 2 hours of like, I could buy this ticket and go to her show. But I have to get ready and leave and buy the ticket and leave now. And I was like, yeah, okay. Bought the ticket. Told my siblings, I was like, I'm out. I was like, I'll be back.
They're like, where are you going? I was like, I'm going to a concert. They're like, you didn't say you had a concert. I was like, yeah, I know. I bought the ticket 5 minutes ago, and I just left. And I've done that a lot. I went and saw Dayglow, saw Coin. I've going spontaneously. Well, Coin was more planned out. But I'm trying to think what else. I saw the 1975. I did plan that out because I had to drive to Chicago because that was when I lived in Iowa. That was more planned out. But like the spontaneity of like, I'm just going to go to a concert by myself and just vibe. I love going to concerts alone. It's so fun because I just disappear in the music and I don't have to worry about like, what do these people around me think? Because I don't care. Of like, I'm never going to see these people again. So like, I'm just going to have fun. I'm going to disappear into the music. Like I saw Taylor Swift alone. I love going to concerts alone and going like spontaneously, being like, I'm going to do this. I'm going to go to this concert. I'm going to do this. I'm going to see this show. It's so fun. So fun. And I guess I kind of did that with the Conan Gray pop-up show he did at Amoeba Records, which I think the first episode of the podcast was about, actually. Part of it. But yeah. This is happy episode 20 of the podcast, by the way. Good on ya. Good on us. Go team. Up top. Question 12. What's a question you've always wanted to ask someone but never had the chance to? I don't know. I guess the only like kind of answer I can give to that is like being in high school and being scared of like talking to girls and like being vulnerable and asking girls out. So like the question of like, hey, do you want to go on a date? Like high school Landon never would have done that. Never did. Maybe once or twice. And I think I either got like kind of like gone around and kind of like didn't, not a direct no, but like it never happened. So like, but I just like, that's the only thing of like, I should have asked more people out when I was in high school. And even when I lived in Texas. Like, now it's like, now I just don't have any interest in dating right now. Like maybe, but like not really. If it happens, it happens. That's like kind of the thing. But like in high school, when I was young, I should have done it more. That's really the only answer I have, and that's not really a good one. Question 13. What's the best piece of advice you've ever received about pursuing a creative career? Creative career. So the advice I remember a family friend gave me, he told me, he was like, you need to, it was when I had already, it was on my 21st birthday, and I was hammered. And he told me this. I hadn't seen him for a while. And I don't know why my mouth just made that noise, but I hadn't seen him for a while. And we were talking about moving to LA, and he was like, you need to do this the best, like, the most you possibly feasibly to your being can. He's like, you do not come, he's like, don't come back and don't give up until you've squeezed every ounce of effort and creativity in life out of this opportunity and what you're trying to do. Because he's like, he's like almost 40 now. He might be 40. But he was like, you are so young. Your life, like, by the time you're my age, it's like nothing you do will really have mattered in the grand scheme of things, unless it's something like substantial to help your life or hinder your life. He's like, you could spend the next 4 years until you're 25 and piss them all away. Because most people do. Other than like college, most people just kind of like party and have fun their 20s away, which is what you're supposed to do. So he told me, it was like, you could spend the next 4 years doing this and be 25. And by the time you're 40, you have 15 years to figure your life out. And then you're still 40. He was like, so you do not come back. He's like, if this is what you want to do, like, do it to the absolute limit you can physically and mentally get to. And then go a little more. And then if it doesn't work, after
trying and just like truly trying and being patient and putting in the work consistently for a while, then you can come home. But it's like until then, it's like you do not give up. And I think about that a lot. I don't even know if he remembers telling me that. That's kind of the thing of like a lot of conversations in life. Like I think of that are really impactful for one person, the other person might not even remember. And I think about that a lot. And then question 14, what's the most inspiring quote or mantra you live by? It's probably that, what I just said, of like, squeeze every ounce of joy and fun and like time and live life as fucking hard as you can. Of like, I've talked about it with my mom a lot of like, you really have two options in life. Like, life is hard. It's just hard. Being a person is hard. We're all scared and we're all trying to figure it out. Life is just hard. And you can either let life beat you up and knock you down, or you can like put your guard up and go on the offensive, and you can choose what makes your life hard. And I want to make sure I'm picking the battles I want. Like, I'm fighting for the things that I want to have that are hard, but I want. Yeah. But that's it. Those questions are, I think, better than the questions in the second episode of the podcast. But I'm going to go. And as always, I have been your future favorite pop star, Landyn Zane. And this, as it will always be, is for the record. Adios, muchachos. Have a good night.